Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am straight off of the editing chair, so I'm hopping in here to do this intro because I realized when I was editing, I lost probably like the first minute of filming. I don't think that it was recording. So you will see past me come in. We are going to be testing some new makeup releases. I have my bin of stuff here, bunch of different things, different blushes, some lip products. We're gonna test them all out. I am putting timestamps in the description box in case you want to jump ahead to any particular item. I'm gonna jump out now and back to editing. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I have the Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blush. I've got a new shade of the Makeup by Mario Moisture Plumper Lip Serum. This one is in the shade, oh my gosh, Pomegranate Glow. I have one of the new Blurring Serum Blushes from ABH. I'm like slurring my words right now. I'm trying to go so fast. I have one of the Morphe Hot Shot Blush Drops. And then I got a cushiony blush from MAC. And this was like part of their summer collection. They released like a shade extension to these blushes, and I already have one in my collection and I love it. It's like one of my favorite blush formulas. This one is in Blush Please, so I actually don't know if this is a new shade. Although this might be like reformulated, to be totally honest with you. But yeah, Blush Please I don't think is like a new shade. This might just be a reformulation. Anyway, we're gonna try it on anyhow. Then the e.l.f. Sun Boss Gloss, and then the liquid blush from ColourPop. I picked up one of the Gloss Bomb Sticks from Fenty Beauty, and then I had to get this. Clinique dropped the Clinique Pop Lip and Cheek Oil in the shade Black Honey. So that's what's on today's agenda. I'm going to throw on my base really fast using the CoverGirl Matte Ambition. I don't know, I just grabbed this one out of the drawer really quickly because we're going to be putting the blushes on top of it and then like taking them off and all that good stuff. So here we go. I think we're going to start with the Hourglass blush. So it's called the Unreal Liquid Blush, and it looks like it comes in 6 different shades right now. It retails for $36. It's supposed to be a liquid blush that visibly plumps with hydration and delivers unreal buildable color from natural finish that stays in place for up to 12 hours. The coverage here is really supposed to be light, and it does have hyaluronic acid and upcycled white lupin seed extract, which is supposed to visibly firm skin for a smooth look. This app is pissing me off. Shake well with cap before use. Remove the cap. Okay, really? Pick up a small amount of product with a stippling motion, or lightly tap the brush starting at the apple of the cheek, then buff and blend upward and onto the cheekbones. Okay, they just told me how to apply blush. So I picked up mine in the shade Vision. Actually, let's look at what Vision is supposed to be. Vision is a true rose. This was so much smaller than I thought it was gonna be. Look how small it is. You guys, this is crazy. These products are just getting smaller and smaller. The shrinkflation is so real at the current moment. And it's kind of cheap packaging. I'm like not gonna lie. For Hourglass, it just kind of feels a little bit cheap. It's a decently hard plastic, but the top, I guess, kind of feels a little chintzy. All right, did I do enough shaking? It's not like it has a ball in it or anything, so you push the bottom to get the product to come out, and very liquidy formula. I want to see what this looks like. Blend in. That's actually really nice. It's a lot less sheer than I thought it was going to be. So I'm having high expectations for this. I'm going to add just a dot more, and then I'm going to take like an angled blush brush. I'm just going to swirl this all in. I don't know if this is too much product or not enough product. Wow, it's way more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. But it's not super emollient, so it's not lifting anything underneath. I'm already liking this. Look how simple that was. Oh, that was good. That was actually really good. It's not too thin, which is perfect. I've been trying so many liquid blush formulas that are just lifting up everything underneath because they're way too emollient. This was perfect, you guys. And it like dries down almost completely, but isn't super matte. So it says it has a natural finish. You can see a little bit of the dewiness, a little bit of the radiance, but it's not sticky. It's almost dry, and it was like perfect. Like 2 drops was the perfect amount, and I think it is so beautiful. Also, I love the shade. When they say true rose and then something comes out too warm, I hate that. But I think this is truly a true rose shade. I don't think it's too warm, even though I don't think it's like overly cool toned, if that makes any sense at all. I think this is freaking stunning. Let's go to the ABH Serum Blush next. The app is making me so mad. Okay, the Blurring Serum Liquid Blush. Looks like it has good reviews so far. So 4.5 stars out of 246. It comes in 5 shades. This one is in the shade Hibiscus, and Hibiscus is a bright pink is what this is listed as. So this describes itself as a serum-enriched hydrating liquid blush that has a blurring soft matte finish. Interesting. This innovative skin-loving formula delivers buildable, vibrant color. I love when it's like innovative. Niacinamide and pomegranate peels extract. I know there's one of you out there that does not like niacinamide in their products, so you might not like this. How to use. Squeeze directly onto the cheeks and use the applicator for buildable color. What? There's an applicator? 1 dot for a natural finish, 2 or 3 dots for more intensity. Blend with fingertips using gentle pressing motions and build to desired finish. So it also says layer 2 shades to create a custom look. That's interesting. So there's an applicator on this. Like, I was not expecting that at all. This is also kind of cheap looking for ABH. I'm not gonna lie. It's just a standard like squeezy tube, but what applicator? Like this applicator? So they want you to just like do this. That's a no to the no. Ooh, this is so bright pink. I don't know. Like, a lot of these shades definitely look super vibrant. Okay, this is different immediately from the Hourglass one because this is like thicker. This is not like what I would consider serum-y. When I think of serum-y, you guys, I swear, I think of something so liquidy and thin, and this feels a little bit more thick than that. Has more texture. No radiance. That's what it means, soft matte finish. This is also kind of an interesting formula. What would you call that? Would you call that 2 dots? Would you call that 1 dot? I'm not sure. Let's keep building. I think it was enough pigment. I just don't know if it was even. Okay, I lightly saw it like start to pick up the foundation underneath. Like, sometimes laying thicker products on top of a matte foundation for me, I guess maybe any foundation, but matte mostly because I mostly use matte foundations. Sometimes the 2 thicker textures will tend to not mesh well together and they'll start to separate, but I think it didn't do it. I think it was like on the verge, but it didn't finish. So it actually looks pretty good. It's a pretty punchy, like corally shade, if I do say so myself, but it's fully dried on the face. That's what they mean by like a natural matte finish. So if you were thinking dewy when you were thinking serum-y, think matte and think blurring, totally dried down. That's what these are. It's honestly, it's not bad. There's always a place in my collection for a more natural blush or a more radiant blush, or even like one like this that's supposed to be a natural finish. So I like it. I like it. I do like this. I do think this looks really pretty and flattering. Okay, 2 out of 2 so far. We're doing good. Let's move on. Oh, and I also wanted to mention that the Hourglass one has a 12-month shelf life and it is 0.34 fluid ounces. And then the one from ABH has a 6-month shelf life on this little bad boy, and it is 0.32 fluid ounces. They're almost exactly the same size. I would like to go into the Morphe Blush next. They also came out with like the Hot Shot Sun Drops, which are meant for like bronzing shades, but I don't know. I feel like I have enough bronzers, and I'm really trying to pare down my bronzer collection. Look at the sun. Woo! You can see like every little hair. Okay, let's just ignore that. But blush drops are just something that I'm more into, that I feel like I can get more use out of. So these retail for $14. These come in 5 different shades. They say that gives skin a healthy looking flush with Morphe's buildable water weight Hot Shot Blush drops formulated with an advanced moisture complex, algae based complex, niacinamide, there you go, and glycerin. Sweep onto skin for a semi-sheer wash of blush or build for a bolder pop of color. How to use. Shake well, use a brush. Okay, customize your blush level by adding more drops, or you can even like use these alone. I have mine in the shade Power Drip. Let's again read what that shade is. Soft Apricot. I don't really think that this is like the greatest shade range, to be honest with you. I mean, it doesn't like surprise me, but a lot of these shades are like pink orange, and that's basically all you get. This is 0.5 fluid ounces, so there's quite a bit of product in here, and this has a 12-month shelf life. So let's shake this bad boy up. It really does shake too. I'm gonna guess that this twists off. Yes, it does. Let's see. It is not as liquidy as I thought it was gonna be. I'm not saying it's not liquidy, but it's not running. This feels a lot like the Hourglass one. I'm not gonna lie. Gosh, this feels so similar to the Hourglass one. Even though this says it's supposed to be more sheer, the texture just feels very similar. Look at my hair. I'm gonna have to close the window. It's already a lot more sheer. I mean, I could see that. So if you want to build it up, it's gonna take a lot more product to get it to that level. Unlike the Hourglass, where I feel like I barely needed like 2 tiny little drops. It reminded me a lot of the Ritual Diffuse Serum, Weightless Serum Foundation, where 2 drops literally gets you your whole complexion. Okay, I don't think it okay, I just made it a little bit more dark in here because that sun was like hitting me right in the face there. I don't think this is picking up the foundation underneath, so I like it. Yeah, I don't think it's picked up anything, you guys. I think it's sheer, but it's not removing the product, and it's not pilling up with the foundation underneath either. You can really see my freckles peek through though. Like, it's definitely more on the sheer side. Let's see if I can't build this up a little bit more. Okay, she's going. She's going. It's getting a little bit more intense. Still very dewy though. I think it builds up pretty good, but I definitely used quite a bit of product to get it there. It's gonna take a while to dry down because it's so much more emollient than the Hourglass one. Like, as far as its finish, its dewiness. So this needs a second to dry down. I'll touch it again after we try the next blush, but I don't hate this. I don't hate it. I like that it's a little bit more sheer and a little bit more juicy and radiant looking. Very cool that I've picked 3 blushes that are all different so far. Natural finish, totally matte. Well, I guess it's a soft matte. And then one that's a little bit more radiant than both of those. Let's go into the ColourPop liquid blush next. I feel like this is duping all the other liquid blushes after the Rare Beauty one, so I feel like it's going to be super pigmented. I just don't know whether it's gonna be matte or dewy because it feels like Moira, Juvia's Place, and of course Rare Beauty, they all have in their line like one that's a dewy finish and one that's a matte finish. So it says it's a weightless, hydrating 8-hour liquid blush formulated with the perfect amount of pigment and hydration. Hyaluronic acid for a natural second skin flush. So more natural. This mistake-proof formula is super buildable and blendable and doesn't disturb your makeup underneath for a fresh glow. It says apply 1 to 2 dots on each cheek and pat into skin with fingertips, makeup sponge, or synthetic brush. Okay. I love how they just tell you how to use blush. All right, this one is in Super Shy. These come in 6 different shades. They retail for $10 a piece. Super Shy is a nudie pink. Here's the nudie pink color. Come on, focus. And here's the color I got. I love when the pictures online don't like necessarily represent the actual product. I don't think I'm gonna put this directly on the cheeks. It's even like duping like the Rare Beauty packaging. They just threw a heart on top. Big doe foot applicator on this one. Okay, this is already, just based on like swatching this, it's not as thick as the Rare Beauty. It's not as opaque. Like, it was much more sheer until I was kind of building it up. I'm gonna put it like this on my hand and I'm gonna pick it up with a makeup sponge because that's honestly my favorite way to like get blushes like this on these doe foot applicators onto my face. I hope this doesn't soak up too much product. I have not used this sponge in a while, so it's completely dry, but I have used it for foundation before. Ooh, I think I like it. I say that because I'm surprised. I have not fallen in love with a new ColourPop release in a while. I have hated some of their collections that have come out. I mean, they're in my worst of beauty, so much so. That's how much I've disliked them. And I haven't picked up any of their eyeshadow palettes outside of the Twilight collection in a really long time, and I haven't fallen in love with any of their releases recently. But this is really pretty. That went on perfectly. It did take a pretty thick layer laid on the back of my hand to get this. It's definitely more on the sheer side, and it's a more radiant blush. It says natural, but I think that it's pretty damn radiant. Again, this was a fully dry sponge. There was nothing on it. So it's pretty. It didn't lift up anything like it says. More radiant than natural finish. Let's go ahead and touch this one. Okay. It still has a little bit of a stickiness to it, a little bit of a tackiness to it, but you know, with a finish like this, it's probably going to. It's not going to completely dry down. This one even more so. It's just thinner. It's not as thick as these blush drops. Like in texture, this could even be described as a little bit more whipped. This is very, very thin, but not too sheer. I actually really like it. I'm quite surprised. I was thinking that this was going to be my least favorite. I don't think that's the case. I'm trying to think of which one so far is like my absolute favorite, and they're all so different that I can't say which one I like the best just yet, but I'm almost leaning towards Hourglass. Like, it took 3 taps and it wasn't leaning in either direction. It wasn't too dewy and it wasn't too matte. Where these two are more on the dewy side and the ABH was like really matte to me. I feel like the Hourglass was just easier to blend, took less product, and it was so much more natural, but I don't dislike any of them. So there you go so far. Let's move on to the MAC Glow Play Bouncy Blush, or Cushiony Blush, I guess is the updated name. I guess these used to be called like Bouncy Blush. I don't know. That's what I thought. They retail for $34 and they come in 13 different shades. You know, Sephora will usually like show you which shades are new, but I don't think Ulta does that. These are sold at Ulta, so I have no idea to know whether or not these are all brand new shades, because I just don't think so. And I have one shade because I feel like they just renamed them. They were the Glow Play blushes, and now they're the Glow Play Cushiony Blushes by MAC. It's a bouncy buildable blush that provides glowy color in a lightweight formula with skin conditioning ingredients. Sheer to medium buildable color, lightweight cushiony texture for a healthy looking natural glow. Okay, I got my other one just to compare, but these were called the Glow Play blushes, and this is called the Glow Play Cushiony Blush. So they've definitely changed the name. Here's the old one and here's the new one, but they do still have the Cheer Up shade on here. So I want to see how these formulas compare. Like, are they different? Did they just like update them? Here's the old one. This different? No, it's like exactly the same. Maybe even not as creamy. I don't know. I absolutely love these. It's nice to get a shade that isn't like as dry as my old one. Here is this one right here. More pigmented than the older one that I have. All right, I'm gonna take like a flat kabuki style brush for this. I like these style brushes for these blushes because they're more of a putty formula. You know, like if anything, I think my voice just cracked on formula on the A. This looks more pink on my face, doesn't it? Like the more I build this up, the pinker it looks. It looks so nude here, but then it looks pretty pink on my cheeks. This is still one of my favorite formulas. Even though I've already tried this and I hate to bore you guys, I still feel like this is an amazing formula that's super easy to build, that's very natural looking. It's not too matte, it's not too radiant. It's just perfect. It's perfection. Great formula, great formula. I'm gonna go finish the rest of my eye makeup. I'm gonna do some lower lash line work, and then we'll come back and we'll test these different lip products. Okay, you guys, the eyes are completely done. In no particular order whatsoever, let's go into the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Stick. These retail for $25 a piece. The app is still freaking out. These come in 10 different shades. I picked up mine in It Is Fussy, which is 04. It's a dusty pink. It's a glossy medium pigmented lipstick with luscious shine and a big dose of vitamin E and shea butter to lock in moisture for up to 8 hours. It's a lipstick slash lip gloss. Feel like you can build up the pigmentation in here. It's supposed to have a high shine finish and be super hydrating. So I'm actually really excited. The reviews on this so far are pretty good. They have like 4.5 stars, maybe like almost 5 stars. And I feel like you're getting a decent amount of product. Like, look at the size of this. Like, this is definitely decent. Like, it's big too. It's like a full-on bullet style with the FB printed in there. Yeah, it feels super hydrating. It feels like pretty thick, not super thin. It's got decent opacity. We'll see if it's sticky. Okay, so one pass, it's pretty sheer. Let's see if we can build this up. I think you can build it up a little bit. It gets thicker as you build it though. I like this packaging. It's plastic, but it's like a hard plastic. Like, it feels $25, you know, doesn't really feel $25 worth. Nothing feels $25 worth anymore. But for a $25 lip product, this is not as cheap as some things. So even though this gets thicker in texture, it doesn't get sticky. It's really a nice emollient feel. So good. The one thing it's not doing is like filling in my lip lines. Usually more hydrating products will fill in my lip lines a little bit better. So it's not doing that, but it's still gorgeous. Okay, so the Makeup by Mario, I think we're gonna do that one next. It's now coming in 20 different shades, including one that's a mini size. I think that might be like a repeat shade. It's a hydrating melty gloss balm in a range from neutral to vibrant shades that visibly plumps lips while delivering a dewy, shiny finish. It retails for $24. And I told you guys, I got mine in Pomegranate Glow, which is one of the 5 new shades, and that's in Sheer Berry is the description on this. I have already put this on. This is one of my favorite lip formulas, so I literally couldn't help myself when it arrived. I put it back in the box originally because I was like, don't do it. You're gonna try it in a video. And then I was like, no, just put it on, who cares? Same great formula, it's just nice and pink. The other shades I have in this formula are definitely more on the neutral side. They're toned down, like Nude Glow, Mauve Glow. I didn't have anything that pink because these are such a sheer color anyway. Maybe the Mocha Glow was like one of the most pigmented, but it was brownie. Not something I reach for all the time, and maybe even consider decluttering at one point because I generally don't reach for shades that color. So I thought this would be good as something that's a more like pink option, which I really think it is. But because these are so sheer, you guys, you could get the most vibrant looking shade and I still think they're everyday wearable. So the top ones here are the new shades up top, the 5, and they're super vibrant. And you guys, you can see all these like super nudie neutral shades like down here, just super muted overall. These ones are like intense colors. That's just how they look. Anyway, I think Pomegranate Glow was the deepest out of these 5. Not even that deep if you ask me. It's pretty, it's nice. Same minty tingle feel. I do have a tendency to rub my lips together like a ton with these products, and so they do fade off pretty fast, but if you guys are familiar with this formula, great. I'm glad I added this color to my collection because it just adds a little bit of pop. All right, let's move on. So honestly, I don't know how long the Clinique has been out at this point. It's a limited edition Pop Lip and Cheek Oil in Black Honey. It is exclusive to Ulta, it looks like. It is a 2-in-1 tinted oil that delivers a dewy pop of Clinique's iconic Black Honey shade for lips and cheeks. I will not be putting this on my cheeks. It retails for $27. I hate products that are made for your lips and cheeks. I'm just not a fan of that overall. I like church and state, okay? Just keep my products church and state. Ooh, this is a little baby doe foot. A little baby. Hey, this isn't so sheer. This is pretty nice pomegranate shade. It feels like a slippier lip oil formula though. See how it's like kind of coagulating on top of my hairs? It's a little bit more sheer, a little bit more thin than some of my lip oils. Yeah, see, you really gotta like rub it in because it's a little bit patchy otherwise. Here's it sitting on the back of my hand. It really does like separate a little bit. It's nice on the lips though. It's not like separating on my lips. And my son is now just making a hot bunch of noise downstairs. It fills in my lip lines pretty well. It's pretty high shine, no stick to it, no tack to it. I mean that it's just a super emollient, slippy formula overall. It's nice. I think that it might fade off pretty quickly, but it is nice. I don't know if I would say this says buildable because it was like getting really patchy. I think that the more you build, it's not building on itself. It's more like separating from itself. So you're probably gonna get like less is more with this, is what I'm guessing. All right, the very final one is the Sun Gloss from e.l.f. So let's go into this one. These come in 5 shades. It's an interesting array of shades. I'll pop it up for you. It is Like a Boss with e.l.f. Sun Gloss. This lip enhancing tinted gloss delivers mineral SPF 25 protection, buildable color, and a high shine finish. It's a moisturizing formula infused with conditioning vitamin E, hyaluronic acid, plus irresistible coconut scent. Okay. Did I tell you they retail for $7 a piece? Why did they only come out with 5 shades? And why those 5 shades? That's really what I want to know. Here's what the packaging looks like. Nothing fancy at all, but it's a sturdier plastic. Oh, it's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be one of those flat doe foot style applicators. It's got a little bit of a curve to it. It's kind of nice. Ooh, it's pretty strong coconut. So if you guys don't like that, I don't know. Oh, I didn't even tell you what shade I got. This one is in the shade, I love e.l.f. and their super tiny writing, Blush Much, which is a milky pink. Let's read some of the other ones. Soft coral, pink beige, like these are so similar. The one that I got that's like a milky pink and the pink beige, are they that different? I don't know. And then like 2 brown colors. Okay, there's a berry and a brown. Oh, the brown one is a neutral mauve. Okay. I like a tinted lip product with SPF, but that usually means that they only have like a 6-month shelf life. So that kind of sucks for lip products. And this doesn't say anywhere what the shelf life is, but it has zinc oxide, 10%. For the sunscreen. Yeah, nothing that indicates shelf life, just an expiration date of March of 2026. But of course, that's after you open the product. So I'm assuming it's a 6-month shelf life for something like this, which I usually keep my lip products more than 6 months because they last me longer than 6 months. This one is definitely on the thicker side. It's probably the most thick of all the ones that I tried on. It's also probably the most sticky too. It's not a bad shade. I thought milky, that it was gonna look unflattering, but I don't think it does. I think it just needs like a lip liner, but otherwise I think it is really nice. I would say that I probably didn't need this in my collection. It didn't add anything, but I really enjoyed everything else. I'm glad that I got a more nude shade in the MAC Glow Play blush. I really enjoyed the Hourglass blush. That was really fun. I even liked this more than I thought I would because it's more of a natural kind of dewy finish. I really enjoyed everything that I tried on today. I hope you guys had some fun. I'm sure this has been a longer video. If you guys are not currently subscribed, I would love to see you subscribe. I always love to hear your feedback in the comments below of what you guys have tried, what you're interested in checking out, all that good stuff. I'm out of here for today, you guys. My house is insane already. I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye, guys.